What is up, ladies and gentlemen, theys and thins? Welcome back to Death Ratio. I am your host tonight, DJ Simfix, and I am joined by my favorite gamer in the entire world. It is Garrick Bartholomew. Yeah.
What up, Mike?
What up,
What up, Mike?
dude?
Dude, I'm not playing a lot of video games at the moment. Like, not presently. Like, I'm feeling a little. I'm in a slight lull, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
I have games I'd want to be playing. Like, I'm still playing Diablo 4. But I'm playing a little slower at the moment, just because like I took a little bit of a break, right, to focus on my Arc Raiders expedition stuff. Still super mad at Arc Raiders. Uh, they have made no statement, no further statement about my fucking skill points.
Oh no.
Very much still want those. Still not happy. So just kind of waiting on on that. Probably not going to play Arc Raiders until I find out what happens with that.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly.
I feel that. Feel that, dude. Shit, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's rough. I haven't been playing too much either, man. It's been like the shit from yesterday. Dude, I haven't touched Tomodachi Life in like a week. Not
Oh,
because
really?
like
Like,
yeah, not because I'm not enjoying the game anymore. I haven't had time.
it's
Haven't
just
had time.
been one of them weeks, dude. I get that completely.
Yeah, man. I haven't even like cuz like I don't even want I know it might help me to boot it up, but I want it to be like at least like okay enough, and then I'll boot the game up. So I'll probably play some more tomorrow if I have the time. But yeah, man, shoot, it's been one of those weeks, man. Starting on one of those weeks. So
Dude, I'm so glad that like this is like the last real week of school.
hell yeah,
There
dude.
is I do still have school next week, but like it's the last week of school, you know what I'm saying? Like that's not real. Plus we can say everybody knows the last week of school is not real school.
Hmm. Yeah, it's like just
Like
waiting around,
it's
like.
makeup. It's makeup. It's like it's made up pretend like school. Like we're like
Hmm.
you're going to fill time. Like
Yeah, like my buddy who's a high school teacher, he's like, yeah, I've been bringing the PS5 in for all the kids that need it, like they can't miss any more days. Like, they use up all their absences, so they have to come to school, or else,
yeah, like you're going to get in trouble if you miss any more days of school type
yeah,
shit.
like yeah, so all the
Yeah,
seniors
man.
that have their absences saved, they're gone, they're done.
It's fucked off, yeah, dude.
Yeah, so um, yeah, man. Well, shoot. Hopefully, you guys don't fuck off because we're talking about more Sega, no Super, unretired comebacks, bungee jump of doom, and much more. Because this is Good Kraken's Death Ratio, where we're slashing through the podcast
Mansion.
space to be your source for all the nerdy video game news, reviews, and discussions that you want to hear each and every week. If you want to get ahead of the curve, you can head on over to patreon.com/goodkrakenpods, where you can submit questions and topics to the show, get exclusive content, and have early access to episodes before they go live on podcasts and video services, wherever you like to watch or listen. You can help us level up our game by joining the GK community on our Discord channel by clicking the link down in the description section below, then subscribing to our podcast channel by searching for Death Ratio and leaving a review there.
Review.
Garrick,
Yeah.
we got some critical hits.
Oh shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Check out our merchandise at goodkraken.com. We got some new
Yeah, we
things
got
coming
that.
to the storefront. So,
We do.
if you want to
Hopefully
check out
soon.
some,
I
yeah,
mean, it's
very
not really
soon.
Xander's fault. His motherboard fucking fried, I
Yeah,
guess.
that's right. So a little delay on it, but keep an eye out. We'll make an announcement on some
It
new
happened.
items coming to the merch store.
Yeah, it happened. It happened.
If you follow the Shipwreck Show, or if you haven't,
Hopefully
we
you
have
do.
our latest episode of the Shipwreck Show, episode 214, where we talk about how to level up and how we've leveled up in the past 10 years and 10 years into the future. So, very interesting discussions happening there. Devin's back, so if you want to see Devin's face in there, he's back in the lineup. You know what I mean? So he's back. He's not back for good yet. He's going away for like a week, and then he's coming back for real. And then
We're close.
We're like very close on Devin being back for perpetuity, as we say. Splash Damage is back. Our pre-recorded Let's Play content. It's on YouTube and YouTube. Wait, is it YouTube only? Or do we have it on Patreon as well? I'm pretty sure it's YouTube.
I think it's YouTube. I think it's just on YouTube.
Yeah, we're just on YouTube. So check out our playthrough of Reanimal. That's Garrick and Ernell. And RV.
It might finally be up, all of it now.
Yeah, all of it should be done. So you can binge it if you haven't watched it yet.
Yeah.
We also have more John Carpenter's Toxic Commander. Okay. It's been put on pause because of Xander's motherboard frying. Commander.
Toxic Commando.
And that wraps up for the critical hits.
Yeah.
You know what we got?
I do want to do way more splash damage stuff.
Yeah, we should.
Next, we have things. We're moving right along. DJ, we are going to be talking to the people about what we talk about every week, Pinky. It's time to take over the world. It is time to talk about the games that are releasing in line of sight.
Line of sight. This is where we talk about all the releases, starting from today's recording date, May 12th, to the day before next recording date, May 18th. So,
yeah,
we got some games coming through here, okay? So we're going to list them off. Starting May 12th, today. So you can get it right now. If you're listening today or, the day after, you can get it right now. Call of the Elder Gods, coming to current gen, Switch 2, and PC.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah. Next,
it's Cthulhu related.
Maybe it looks Cthulhu related. It's a puzzle game. We have Clockwork Ambrosia coming to PC. Action game. We have Directive 8020 from Supermassive Games. Coming out to current gen and PC. That's coming out. We also, to wrap up the today of video game releases, we have Indiana Jones and the Great Circle coming to Switch 2. So
I need to finish that game.
Yeah. I wonder how it's going to perform on Switch 2.
Probably about as well. Probably just fine, honestly. That game was insanely well optimized.
Yeah, that's what I heard. And that wraps up for May 12th. We're going to move, skip a day. We're going to skip Wednesday to Thursday, May 14th.
Skip a day.
Yeah, skip a day. Outbound. Coming out to PS5, Switch 2, and OG Switch, May 14th.
Oh, yeah. Brother, this game looks fucking lit. You basically live in, like, a TARDIS version of a fucking Volkswagen van.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
And
this released a few days ago. It released yesterday. For Xbox and PC.
Did it release on... okay, man, it might just be coming out a couple days later for PlayStation. Because I've been looking...
3 days.
Yeah, that's a weird... weird gap. Why not just wait the 3 days? But this is a game I'm very excited to play. I wonder if it's already out. I wonder if it's getting good reviews.
Yeah, I wonder as well. Next, we have Sectori for the Switch 2. This is a Switch 2 port. This shooter came out. Looks like a bullet hell type of shooter. or a shmup, if you will.
Would you call me?
A shmup.
Oh, it's
This
only got
released
like it's
last
only getting like a 64%.
year. Oy.
Outbound only getting this is just on the aggregator Metacritic. This is not from
Oh, okay.
this is not any specific. But oh
Yes. So that's
yeah,
Sectori.
not
Next,
good.
we got Subnautica 2 Early Access. Um,
Oh yeah. Can't wait for that game to come on
for
console so my friends can
Xbox
force me to be
and
scared together.
PC. Yeah, Xbox and PC. Subnautica 2. And then next up, after the day after, May 15th, Friday,
A free day?
Rugrats Retro Rewind. Say that
What?
3 times
What?
fast. Coming to PlayStation 5 and Switch. It looks like a compilation of Rugrats games, like I guess remastered or
Oh,
ported.
probably. Yeah,
That's what it
probably
looks
like
like.
Game Boy games.
Yeah, it's like a collection of all the Rugrats games that have released, and I think like just ported over to PS5
Interesting.
and OG Switch. And then we
Did
have
not Switch 2.
Summer House for current gen Switch, OG Switch, and PC. It's a simulation. This came out 2 years ago for PC, and it's just getting a console release. So, Summer House.
It's an extremely cozy scene street building game.
And
I was like
we'll
a
move.
sandbox. Okay.
Yeah, and we're gonna move to Monday, May 18th. All right, May 18th. Uh, Thrifty Business for PC and Mac. Thrifty Business.
It's another sim game.
Yeah, sim cozy looking game.
I'm assuming you run a thrift store.
Yeah, maybe. And that wraps up for our line of sight from May 12th to May 18th. Thank you for listening as we move on to our next segment. Okay. Our next segment.
Wow, that was wow. I don't know. That was not a lot of games.
Not a lot of games, actually.
Not
You know what I'm
not a
saying?
lot of games.
Garrick, you want to know what our next
Uh
segment is?
that's wild. Do I want to know?
Do you want to know?
Shit. Did I forget?
Do you want to know?
Did I forget?
No, do you want to know?
Yeah,
I'm just
yeah. I
asking you.
don't
You want to know?
I want what if I didn't? What if I don't want to know?
Even if you didn't, I'm going to tell you anyway. We're going into little bites. Little bing.
Do we have a
Little
thing for this?
bites.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah. what do you mean? We haven't used it in so long. We're like, I don't know.
We haven't used it. I was just like, is there a soundbite for this? I haven't used it in a minute.
This is our little segment where we just like briefly gloss over some news that has happened since the last time we've recorded. Just touches on a few things, maybe make a few comments. We're not gonna read the full article, but I'm gonna start us. Or Garrick, you know what? You start us off with our first one, our first little bite.
Yeah. Sega cancels $882 million quote unquote super game. And details the schedule for for upcoming games as well. There's full details on this here story over at Game Informer from Wesley LeBlanc. But yeah, they've how do you just did we even know this game existed?
We had heard murmurings. Remember when they made that huge announcement, like Sega's coming back, like a few years ago? They're like, yeah, we're coming back to games, and we're gonna
Yeah.
remaster Crazy Taxi. We're gonna bring back like Jet Set Ready, like all this stuff, like Sega related, like all Sega IP. And they've been kind of just like working in silent for a while, like just piecemealing us with information about certain things. I was
Yes,
not
dude.
aware of this super game. I don't think they mentioned it. I think they said like maybe they maybe hinted at it, but I don't think they've they've outright said they've been working on a super game, which I don't even know what that means.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it's immediately questionable when like you're throwing around titles like that, or like phrases like that. I mean, look what happened with Skull and Bones, the quadruple A game.
Yeah.
Like it's a super game. Like this was probably a lofty like idea that was never going to come to fruition if you looked at it on paper for longer than 10 seconds.
Yeah.
But like they don't have a lot coming up, because I think it's really funny that like their upcoming plans for future release schedules is just, hey, we have some games. When are they releasing?
We have no
don't
clue.
fucking
We
know.
don't have no idea. We can't even
Stranger Than Heaven, we can give it to you this winter. That's our closest.
Snoop Dogg's in
that's
it.
the best thing we can do.
Snoop Dogg's in it. That's dude.
When this winter, it'll be sometime between calendar 2025 and fiscal 2026. Like
yeah, I don't even know.
And then they've got Persona 4 Revival TBD, Total War Warhammer TBD, Total War Medieval 3 TBD, New Virtual Fighter TBD, Crazy Taxi TBD, Golden Axe TBD, Jet Set Radio, look, TBD, Streets of Rage, DJ, would you believe it? TBD, and of course an Alien Isolation sequel. You're never gonna guess it. TBD.
Man, I think TBD is a little oversaturated. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't know. A lot in the TBD genre.
Yeah, I don't even know. I think it's just oversaturated market. But it said in the article they originally revealed in development in 2021. So 5 years ago, they had a budget of $882 million, almost $1 billion game, if you could think about that.
Yeah.
Like, that's actually crazy. So, like, whatever, like, them calling this a super game must have been really super. And then they canceled it. They just canned it. They're like,
Dude, it was probably an absolute fucking mess.
Yeah, dude. 882 million does not guarantee a good product. And I bet they're like,
no, man. You can put a lot of technology into something and it still be just a colossal piece of shit.
Do you think it's because like they were hoping that these next like generation of consoles would arrive, and then the RAM shortage hit, and then they're like, well, fuck, dude, no one's gonna buy this fucking game. No one's gonna run this fucking game.
Likely it'll be a combination. It's probably like obviously this is all speculation at this point, folks, but I do feel like it's probably like a combination of multiple like facts. Chip shortage, AI is probably one of them. I always wonder when games in development get canceled without there being like a lot of information released about them. One of the things that always comes to mind is, was there another game recently that is also released that fits into their mold that flopped miserably? And they're like, oh, fuck, abort. Like Serpentine, Ejectocito. Like they realize that they've just wasted a ton of fucking money on something that essentially is going to be a flop. I always wonder, like, when stuff like that happens, like when like they have a concept for a game and then like another game releases with a similar concept to failure, and like it causes other such games to be canceled. Like you can't tell me that like when Concord didn't survive fucking a whole 2 weeks, that like there was every fucking like AAA studio that had a hero shooter on the slate was like, wait a minute.
Wait, let's take a pause, brothers.
Let's pump the brakes. Let's review some things, right? And then because perfect example, those that didn't have that conversation released to what was that game that was the High Guard? Then we get High Guard like experiences. So I don't know, man. I bet you this was a live service game that they canceled because Sega's not really.
Yeah, they're saying something as game as a service. It might have been like a Sega MMO. I don't know, dude. It like 882 million could be genuinely anything, and I mean, like you said, like this was first revealed in 2021, so like yeah, your theory could be right. Like they've seen Concord, they've seen High Guard, they're like, ooh, ooh, they've seen a lot of
Yeah,
things
man. Like
fail in the
there's
past
been some
5 years.
questionable
A
game
lot of things have failed in
successes.
5 years. Yeah,
Yeah, and like their dude studios are getting closed as a result, and like Sega doesn't want to see themselves on that same chopping block, right? Like,
no.
because Sega's legacy, like they have a legacy, but like Sega's not super current and relevant in gaming right now at all.
Yeah,
Like they
not at
just
all.
ain't, and them's just the facts.
It's real. Well, you can read more about it on Game Informer by Wesley LeBlanc. Shout out to them. We're gonna move into our next little bite here. This one is close to me, so that's why I wanted to talk about it. Former Tekken lead Katsuhiro Harada set up his own company, VS Studio. This comes from IGN by Vicky Blake. Um, this is some news. This is some news, man. I'm gonna tell you why. Because I told you about how the Katsuhiro Harada, the face of Tekken, basically for the ever since its inception, uh,
Hmm.
left Bandai Namco. He formally announced his leave from Bandai Namco and the Tekken project, and his last day was the start of this year. His last day was the start of this year at Bandai Namco. So, that being said, he put out a post at the time of that announcement, which was a month or two before. And he was like, I've seen my peers in the industry at different studios, they have died, I've lost them, or they've burnt out. And I think it's time. I've been thinking about it for the past like 5 years, and my influence at the Tekken project and Bandai Namco has been less and less because I've taken on more responsibilities as a businessman, running the business side and talking to suits all the time. And he's like, yeah, I think I'm just gonna explore more
If he's already
creative
doing that,
ventures. And we
yeah.
thought, all right, man, this is retirement. Like Katsuhiro Harada's retiring. He's done so much for Tekken, and he deserves it. Lo and behold, within 5 months, he has already opened up a new studio, VS Studio. And here's the kicker: this is under SNK. If you don't know who SNK is, that's the team behind, or the studio behind, Fatal Fury City of the Wolves and King of Fighters.
Oh,
So,
okay.
so which right
So he's doing
now
something.
is owned by Saudi Arabia. This has been a recent acquired.
Mm.
They're owned by Saudi Arabia. The Prince of Saudi Arabia loves Fatal Fury. They have Cristiano Ronaldo in the game and that one European DJ. I forgot his name. Um, so one has to wonder, was it more so that they threw Harada so much money because of his announcement that he's leaving Bandai Namco? Or,
We gotta snag him up.
or was the relationship between Harada and Bandai Namco like just ripped to shreds, like kind of like a Xbox and Sarah Bond situation? But in this instance, Harada just like was more cordial and professional, and like put out a statement and said, yeah, just to not like create any more drama. And then he's like, nah, man, I'm because to I don't think you will be able to move this fast in 5 months to just like retire, make a new studio. I don't think that's like even
Yeah,
Kojima after
that was
leaving
swift.
Konami. I was it like a year. It took him like
But
a
say
year.
maybe two. I think it took like two before he was quiet for a minute.
Yeah. But I guess SNK wants to uh get Harada's insight. Maybe they're known for more 2D fighters, but maybe this is SNK's newest 3D fighter, and so we'll have
I'll say maybe this is them trying to step into that
yeah. So
more into that space.
eventually we'll have 4 3D fighters when we've only had like one, which is Tekken, and maybe Virtua Fighter, but Virtua Fighter is coming back. Dead or Alive is coming back. We'll still have Tekken in the next 5 years, and then we'll possibly have an SNK themed 3D fighter. So we'll have 4, and I mean competition is like it's great for the, you know, the atmosphere of this, of the landscape of these games. But I don't know, man. It was such a shock. Like we all found this out like the other day. I was like, what? Everyone was like, whoa. But they're like, it looks like they're giving them like carte blanche. They're like, hey man, or like this is like something like he really wants to just indulge in. It might not even be fighting games. It might even be something completely different, out of his wheelhouse. Or out of like
I mean, with the name like VS, right, versus Studios,
yeah.
he's still
But it
fighting
may
games, right?
apparently
Like
in the article it says like it means multiple different things.
Okay.
So maybe it's something cool he's gonna be cooking up. So we gotta watch that pretty closely and wonder what he's cooking up over there. And yeah, that wraps up for that one. We're headed to our last little bite of the evening. I'll take this one. Ahead of Switch 2 price increase, Nintendo's switching up the game bundles. This comes from Polygon from Ollie Welsh. Yeah, so if you guys aren't Switch owners or not really up to date with Nintendo, they've recently increased the price of the Switch 2 by like $50.
Oh, they're going to.
Or they're going to. They've announced.
The
well, they've announced it
September
once.
1st. You have 4 months.
Yeah,
4 months.
Yeah. So they announced it first like months ago. To like, yeah, the price increase is inevitable. And then they've just
the
announced,
other day they finalized what it's going to be. And
yeah, we actually are going to do it. But
they're
Nintendo's
Nintendo's
like, all right, we understand.
At least they're giving you a heads up, though.
Yeah, giving you a heads up, and then now they're like, hey. So if you buy a Switch 2, you can get it bundled in, and you get to choose a game. Whether it's Mario Kart World, Donkey Kong Bonanza, or Procopia, you get to choose one, and it will just be added. It just be added into the Switch 2.
Some people are just going to be getting Procopia.
Yeah, like I think that's
that's what people are going to be getting, right? Like,
yeah. So it's
a no-brainer pick.
Yeah, and I think that just makes sense. Like it's just cheaper. It's just cheaper. Like the Switch 2 is already was.
I mean, yeah, like I'm probably gonna get that bundle, and I might get Pokopia. I might actually still get Mario Kart World because that bundle was kind of gone for a while. And I just haven't played a Mario Kart game in fucking years. But I do think this is nice, of them to like to do this bundle or like with some options available. Especially like knowing that, like, I don't know, I feel like as much as I'm willing to talk shit on Nintendo for doing some crazy stuff all the time, right? Because like, their legal team is fucking wild.
Yeah.
I do really appreciate them being like, hey, this is what the price increase is going to be. This is when it's going to happen. And it's like a significant period of time away before that it comes into effect, not fucking 9 days. And then it really allows the people that want to purchase their console the opportunity to purchase it either one at a discount or the original price, or two, get it at the new price with the game what the new price will be with game included. And I appreciate that because that's not something they're required to do from a business standpoint, but I think it's important that they're acknowledging that this shit's impacting people.
Yeah. Like, and people kept complaining like about the Switch 2. I see people complain, like even the original Switch 2 price. They're like, oh, we can't afford this. Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, honestly, this is probably the most affordable thing you can get. Like,
yeah, like you can afford a fucking you can afford a Series X or a PlayStation 5 right now. I fucking wouldn't be purchasing any either of those consoles at their current price point. It's insanity.
mhm. Yeah, man. I'm like, dude, like the PlayStation 5 price is going up by like $100. Like, come on. Like, what are we
Yeah.
doing?
Like they can get fucked on that shit. Like with the PlayStation Pro being like $900. Fuck off.
Yeah. Yeah. Incredible. Incredible. Well, shout out to Nintendo. Shout out to Ollie Welsh at Polygon. Um, yeah, hopefully
Yeah.
we have some more Switch 2 and we have
Rare
more
Nintendo
games.
W.
We need more games. More games Switch 2. More games. More games. And
Yeah, we do
more
need those.
games.
Way more.
Well, Garrick, that leaves us with one
Yeah.
last thing. Let the
That's
people
true.
know what we got going on next.
Folks, we're gonna talk about it. It's time to head to the end game.
The end game. Oh yes, it's here. This is our headlining segment where we cover priority topics or team reviews or discussions. And today we're talking: is Bungie killing Sony? And this comes from multiple articles and a report in the past week. Bungie responsible for $560 million loss on Sony earnings report. We have two articles, it's about the same. The Polygon one goes more in depth, but I added the MSN article from Jake Valentine because like this makes like financial sector news, not just like gaming and stuff like that. Like this affects like a lot more. This has more purview than you would think. So I'm gonna read this one from Jake Valentine just to go through it. So the headline was Bungie responsible for $560 million loss on Sony earnings report. Sony released their financial results today, which was 4 days ago, and it's not looking good for one of its more recent acquisitions. In 2022, the company acquired Bungie for an impressive $3.6 billion with a B, billion dollars. That's nowhere near the staggering amounts Microsoft paid for Bethesda or Activision Blizzard King. But it's still a significant amount of money. 4 years, a couple of Destiny 2 expansions, and one new game later, Sony announced a $560 million impairment cost for the fourth quarter of their 2025 fiscal year. For what it's worth, the quarter ended roughly a month after Marathon launched. This is in addition to a $201 million impairment loss in quarter 2, 2025. First things first, you might be asking, what is an impairment cost? Let's talk
I was gonna
economics.
say, I was like, let's get into that real quick.
Yeah.
I know what that is.
So Jake Valentine's breaking it down for us. He says, an impairment loss is an expense that happens when an asset's carrying value, in this case, Bungie, exceeds recoverable amount. Essentially, Sony is saying that Bungie has lost $500 million in quarter 4 of 2025 that they can realistically recover due to poor performance. They also
let's put a small pin in this
Yeah.
to put this into non-video game terms, just for the average folks, in case that is still confusing. Imagine you have purchased a truck for $25,000. We're gonna use understandable levels of numbers.
Yeah.
$25,000. You purchase a vehicle, okay? After you have purchased that vehicle, somebody at the plant that manufactures said vehicle whistle blows that they are using improper or low quality parts in that car. The market value or the reputation of that brand drops, causing things like stock shares to drop. The vehicle that you just purchased is now physically less worth worth less than what you just paid for it, it instantly drops $5,000 in its value and in its face value in the market, because now everybody is afraid to buy your truck because it's afraid it might have bad quality parts. In video game terms, this basically comes out to us as gamers are like, we don't trust Bungie with our money or with a high quality product. We're gonna stop spending, and we stopped spending in such amounts that it's costing Sony millions to keep that studio.
Half a
$500
billion.
million to keep that studio functioning after calculating what it has purchased it for.
Yeah, and it said, like, earlier in the article, it was a 201 million impairment loss in quarter 2. So in 2 quarters, they've reported another 300 million in impairment loss.
That's a lot.
So to continue, they also called out a downward projection while mentioning their impairment loss, their corporate earnings and strategy presentation. Mind you, this wasn't strictly for PlayStation earnings and strategy, but all of Sony. So, they have some other acquisitions they might not be getting their ROI on.
Yeah.
So
yes. Sony's projections are down. Like, basically, they're making less money. And it's starting to show in their figures.
Yeah, and Bungie's
but this is
560 million is like,
it's just literally just a cherry on top of it, basically, because it's already publicly aware, unless you've been living under a rock, that like PlayStation 5 sales have completely fucking collapsed.
There's no games for that fucking console, dude. It's like a Switch 2.
It's seriously like 60% drop in sales. That's unprecedented. That literally nobody is buying fucking PlayStations. Like, I'm buying, like, I got my PlayStation, but I got my PlayStation at its original selling price. And it's like, and everything that I'm currently playing on it can be played on every other platform.
Yeah.
So it's not special, right? Like, I'm not playing exclusive titles that I can only play on Sony, which is funny because they just said they're only going to be putting their exclusive
I think that's why.
now.
I think that's why. Like,
this feels like a blanket of just like, you can kind of feel like the sense of panic in Sony's like financial department. Like, they're like, everyone's like, is this enough for Bungie to be dissolved? No. They spent too much money on it for them to eat that level of crow, to be frank.
Yeah. And to be fair, they've, like the article said, they've spent less than what Microsoft has spent on Bethesda and Blizzard
by a lot. And they've already come out with statements saying that they continue to support. One of the biggest things was like, because everybody online, DJ, we talk about this regularly, right? The weird obsession with player counts.
Mm-hmm.
It has warped the mind of gamers everywhere. And there is a dropping player count in Marathon. According to Steam charts, a singular metric. I cannot stress that enough. Mm-hmm. Singular metric for a cross-play game available on every current gen platform. But it's a dead game based on one metric. And so people were concerned that they're like, they're gonna quit. They're gonna like stop development on Marathon, and that like the future of Destiny is up in the air. And while the latter hasn't been explicitly addressed, Sony and Bungie have officially been like, yeah, no, they funded Marathon. We're all right, and that's weird to me.
Yeah, it's very weird.
Dude, because I'm a Marathon player, not a Destiny player, so I'm all right with it. But it also confirms, right? It also like kind of soft confirms that that screeching halt in the Destiny development cycle we saw after Final Shape release. Like that shit, they ain't doing shit. That game's fucking done. Game's done, guys. Like
Yeah.
it's over. Like
Wait for
it's
like
a
Destiny
wrap.
3 or some shit.
Like
But
it's done.
yeah. So the rest of the article is Jake going down like what Bungie has done to explain to like all the people who don't play video games on what's going on. So he says to be fair, you can't pin the losses solely on Marathon. Is it underperforming in the genre? Sure. But you also have to consider that the extraction shooter genre is arguably pretty niche to begin with. Everyone loves to point to
It is
yeah,
niche.
it's very niche. Everyone loves to point at Arc Raiders and its sustained success, but that's the exception, not the norm. There's also the fact that Arc Raiders has found a dedicated audience due to being a PvE game with PvP elements. Marathon is the opposite, catering to a more hardcore crowd and having its PvP elements front and center. As such, the casual crowd was never going to stay invested long term. Does Jake Valentine know ball? Does he know ball? There's also the fact that in the world of shooters, battle royales are still massively popular, and the hero shooter genre is seeing a resurgence with Marvel Rivals and the Overwatch updates. The biggest reason, though, is the fact that Marathon isn't the only game in Bungie's active portfolio. Destiny 2 fans continue to, quote, enjoy their love-hate relationship with the game. Even though Marathon is a new punching bag for some, I doubt that Sony paid over $3.5 billion just for a hardcore extraction shooter. There's definite value in both Bungie as a studio and Destiny and the Destiny brand, but neither is living up to their potential. That's also not accounting for the several rounds of layoffs Bungie has undergone since being acquired by Sony, as well as the departure of former CEO Pete Parsons in 2025. As a result, Sony isn't getting the return on their investment that they were hoping for. Jake Valentine.
Stalker.
Jake Valentine.
Like we're not spending money on a product. I personally think this at the time Sony acquired Bungie, it was already too late. Mm-hmm. Like it was fucking like that. If you ask me, that ship had sailed already, dude.
Yeah.
Like when Sony acquired Bungie, like I think in their heart of hearts, they knew it was gonna be at a fucking loss, and they just did it to secure it so that fucking Microsoft couldn't. Like that, everything about that purchase goes. We want a studio too.
Like wait, they picked up Bethesda. Wait, they picked up. Like
they got Activision Blizzard. What the fuck are we gonna? What do we got?
They got Call of Duty now.
Bungie and they said, they looked at Bungie and Bungie, because they looked at Bungie like a year and a half after Bungie was like, we can't sustain our independence as a studio anymore. And Sony's like, yeah, I'm gonna buy you for an unreasonable amount of money and do nothing with you.
Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. Man, it's just like, it's crazy, dude. It's crazy. I mean, like, I wonder what Bungie's going to do next. I genuinely wonder. I'm sure they're going to...
I mean, what actually, like, I mean, I know what is the future of Destiny 2? Like, what is the roadmap of that game in 2026 as of right now?
And beyond. Like what...
Is there one? Like, what do we know? Because as far as I'm aware, they've got, all they have is just Destiny 2 Renegades. And they have Edge of Fate and they have Renegades. And Renegades came out March 3rd. Like, what do we got? Like, nothing?
What do we
Nothing.
Have?
And you can't even say that, like, but that the Marathon is taking away from Destiny either, too. They're not the same fucking development teams at all.
Yeah, I have no clue.
So if you're a Destiny player and you're concerned that Marathon is why your game isn't getting updated, it's simply not the case. You should be asking that development team why they're not doing shit.
Yeah. Like I just don't know. Like Marathon is like what they're doing next, and to me, they're not like pumping out like enough content. Like keep people
Yeah,
coming back.
Marathon's feeling like a slow burn.
Yeah, it feels very bare bones, you know, for like even for an extraction shooter, like that release full, not full price, right? It's $40.
No, $40. But
$40.
again, that was
Still,
the same price as Arc Raiders, which is like, like if we're comparing relative success. Uh but there is like you said, like they're both PvP games, but the communities have
they're
changed
vastly
those
different.
games exactly.
Vastly
Like
different.
vastly different communities. Like I think it was very poignant for Jake Valentine's article to be like Arc is a PvE game with
With
PvP elements,
yeah,
because that is a technical truth, because Arc Raiders was designed by its developers to be a PvP VPVE game.
mm-hmm.
But the community is such a bunch of weirdos. They made it into a PvE game with PvP.
Yeah,
And like it's established itself as that because the community has made it so. And I think that's part of what made it successful, because some of the people that didn't feel like they were getting what they wanted just moved to Marathon, myself included. Like I play both extraction shooters and play them for very vastly different experiences. Like if I'm playing Marathon, I'm playing for very different reasons than if I'm playing you know Arc Raiders. Like
yeah,
one's an adventure to me, the other's like I'm trying to get my fucking sweat on a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah, man. Shoo. It just like yeah, like it just puts a big question mark on like why, like it's not a big question mark. Like we can understand, I can understand why they lost half a billion, but it is like half a billion, half a
That's so much fucking money.
billion, dog. Like a lot of
Isn't it?
money,
That's like a third of their purchasing costs, essentially.
basically. Or like they bought Bungie for 3.6 bill.
Oh, I thought it was for two. Never mind.
Uh-uh.
But that's still,
That's
that's
still
not
like
nothing. That's
that's a
like
good
that's
chunk.
still a
Like
fair
one
percentage
six,
of
dude.
like
Like one
their
sixth or one eighth.
value.
Like, you know what I'm
And
saying?
and they only acquired them like what, a couple years ago?
Yeah, a couple years ago.
2019, 2020, like ended fucking when did Bungie?
In 2022.
2022. Yeah, that's
So like
recent.
4 years.
Yeah.
4 years ago.
That's a big loss. That's a big
Yeah,
loss.
hell of a big loss. Um, yeah, I wonder what the future is for Destiny and Bungie as a whole. Like,
Who knows? They've said one's not going anywhere. They've not said a whole lot about the other. They
mm-hmm.
don't, and like I don't know. It has Destiny's time truly passed? Is it
I don't know. People
truly?
still play it. People still play it. It's not a dead game.
No, I mean
Let's
many
look at.
people will try to tell you that it
Well, let's
is,
see.
but
Let's look at Steam DB. Let's look at.
yeah.
Let's look at what's Destiny player count on Steam right now?
I'm gonna guess like 8 to 10.
Oh yeah, you're right. 10,000 players right now.
Yeah,
10,000 players. Let's look in the past year. The highest peak in the past year was with
14.
uh, well in July of last year it was Edge of Fate. So it was 100,000 people logged on, and then it's gradually
Oh damn,
gone back down.
100,000. That's a big spike. Holy shit.
Yeah, big
That's a big
spike.
spike. Wow. And
Yeah,
then a huge drop again.
yeah,
I mean, seasonal content ebb and flow like that. That's natural,
yeah. But
but
like the
that's a
Festival of
lot.
the Lost and then the Dawning update, like
Nothing.
they've only came up to 32. Like the one peaked at 71,000. Like,
It's like a fraction of their player base.
yeah, like,
And then again, this is just using Steam DB. This is the
yeah,
only
like this is
singular
not like
metric,
counting
not
console and
factoring
everything.
anything on console, which is 80% of the fucking Destiny player base. Like
Yeah,
it was
but you
mostly
can technically use that graph to like understand. So like multiply those numbers by like 2.
by like a lot because
Yeah,
most of Destiny's player base is still on PlayStation.
yeah. So yeah, maybe but it's just not raking in money. I don't think anyone's I don't know
Nope. They gotta make some
fucking
changes.
things.
Some changes need to be coming, or some doors are gonna be shutting.
Yeah, yeah. You're right. You're right. And I hope you guys can let us know what doors need to be open and shut. Because this has been Blue Kraken's Death Ratio, your source for all the nerdy video game news, reviews, and discussions that you want to hear each and every week. If you like what you heard, you can head on over to our Patreon at patreon.com/goodkrakenpods, where you can get exclusive content, discounts on merchandise, and have early access to episodes before they go live on podcasts and video services, wherever you like to watch or listen. You can also help us level up our game by joining the GK community on our Discord channel by clicking the link down in the description section below, then subscribing to our podcast channel by searching for Death Ratio and leaving a review there. We have to get going, but until next time.
Marathon's a good game still. I don't really care what you guys say.
PlayStation 5 still has no games.